What's up, guys? Welcome back to another album review, first listen, whatever the fuck you want to call this. My name is Garrett at YoGurt on Twitter, YOGRRTT, and this is the Now Annotation YouTube channel where we break down and put out visual tracks and all the good stuff. You can go to our videos and check those out if this is the first one you are ever finding. I appreciate all of the support on the Rich Brian first listen as well as the Little Skies first listen, and we're going to continue on with this jam-packed February 23rd. That was yesterday. I'm recording this on February 24th, the Friday or the Saturday. Where the fuck am I? But today we're talking about 6IX9, DAY69. Very original title. This guy, man, this guy. As I've talked about before, I did a whole review of the track Gummo, a part of our top 50 songs of 2017 series. Cool. That song. The thing about 6IX9 is that there's so much controversy and you just want to hate the fucker so bad. Like, it's so easy to just dislike this guy that when you really boil down a project that you're gonna listen with him, like, or from him, you already are going into this kind of like, fuck, dude, like, god damn it. At least this thing's short. That's the only thing I can say, because 24 tracks from this guy is not something that we inherently have seen demonstrated. Sorry about that. But it's not something that we've seen demonstrated through Gummo, Kiki, Rondo, or whatever the fuck the other one was called. And even with Billy, with all the snippets that were coming out with that. Those songs do not scream that we need 24 of them on a project. So it's kind of cool to see that he did boil back. I believe this has 11 tracks, or like 9 or 10 around there. But they all have very like, he's just making up words for the tracks, and it's really funny. I mean, even in his lyrics, he's saying like gushy gushy, like, I don't know. He's just saying fucking funny shit. And like, in the song Gummo, I think he says like a bunch of Billies, and then like he has a song called Billy. So like you can't help but just hate this fool, but you also can't help but just be like, damn, he's making the hardest music right now as far as like what he's talking about, as well as how he's saying it and how he's informing his audience is like fucking scary. And it reminds me of like how Chief Keef kind of was back in the early days, except it's really a discredit to Chief Keef to like compare him to 6IX9, because, you know, 6IX's kind of, when you really look into him, it ruins the music for some people. And for me, I'm able to at least just acknowledge that Billy is by far the hardest song I've heard in the past year. Like, there's no one saying this stuff in this way as hard and like as impressive, in my opinion. And I get it, because he's like, 6IX9 is the amalgamation of all these like hype beast buzzword things in rap just put into one. And it's like kind of an overload, but it's an overload in the sense that like, is there quality to the substance? But as far as like, every time he puts out a fucking track, you're gonna click on it, because this is like a ridiculous fool. Like, this fool is honestly ridiculous, and that's fine, because that's what he's going for here. And with this project, all I can say is that it's exactly what you think you would get from a 6IX9 project, but I think it's good that he put this out, because from here on out, we're maybe gonna get something different. Maybe. Just maybe, because eventually this will die out. This whole meme of himself will die out. So it's interesting when you look at a career from him, what the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Honestly, I think you could guess. I mean, a year ago, we didn't even think Tekashi 6IX9 would be here in this sense, with all these Billboard hits and like 100 million views on a fucking video. Like, Gummo really changed everything. But I want to point out one song on this album, and it's one of my favorite songs. Like, the two songs I've been going back to that weren't singles is Billy and the last song, Chocolate. And I don't know if I'm saying that super white, but whatever. That song's interesting, because it's a remix or a cover. I don't know how you would classify it, but he's doing different shit. Like, that whole album, front to back, all 9 tracks before, or 10 tracks before, like, that was all very consistent. That was the same artist, same guy, you could tell. this song, while he's still talking about the same shit and he didn't like not have that same hard voice and he's still not his like same hard self, it's just the way he's talking about shit is a little bit more like heady and conscientious of like the world around him. And I don't know, dude, it was actually like kind of impressive to see him try something like this. And that's the song, like, you don't want no smoke, you don't want no smoke, you don't want no, like that little like just continuous loop. The way he's doing it, he's not like, you don't want no smoke, you don't want no, like, no, he's just like fucking, he's a little bit more chill. And that showed me that maybe there is a soft side to 6ix9ine that we could see come out. Not in a way that ruins the Billies and the Gummos of the world, because that's a hard line to ride when you're him, and he's just such a fucking idiot that it's so hard to like separate that and root for him. But when you're just looking at the music, the past 3 minutes of what I just went on a tangent of, that's how I feel about it. And if you're able to look past it, I would say give it a listen. The album art is amazing. I think that in itself just solidifies that there's genius in what he's doing. It just sucks that he's such a fuckboy. But let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this? Is this the best album that came out that day? Because there's a bunch. There's SOBRBE. They put out their album. It's fire. That is probably the next review I'll be doing. But the one I'm really most high on is Tokyo's. So go check that out. But Gummo, or not Gummo, but DAY69 by 6ix9ine is a great first project, I would say. And at least it attaches all the great singles that we've been getting from 6ix9ine to something that can allow him to go forward with a career from here on out. Like he may be here to stay, guys. Like this album will do numbers, I think. So we'll see. Have a great one. Enjoy your weekend. Stay in rotation as always. Thank you.